Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Pokemon in the world of Pokemon Go, Chill Drive GENESECT. GENESECT has returned, and it's now using Chill Drive, meaning that this GENESECT has access to Ice-type Technoblast. I decided to try it out in the Ultra League to see if it is worth the investment, so I put together a fun team consisting of Chill Drive GENESECT, Shadow Zap Cannon Ampharos Safe Switch, and Regirock as the closer. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out Chill Drive GENESECT in action in the Ultra League. Hopping into the first match, leading Chill Drive GENESECT into Obstagoon. This is a pretty nice lead for GENESECT because I can either grab Switch Advantage or Shield Advantage. I can tank whatever they decide to throw here perfectly fine. They go for the Cross Chop. Typically in this situation, you do actually want to go for the Night Slash since both are neutral due to GENESECT's typing. I'm able to fire off the X-Scissor and I grab a shield. At this point, I'm more than happy with just taking Shield Advantage because if I get a Shield Advantage, my backline can do exceedingly well. So I'm just going to let the GENESECT go. GENESECT did its job, and now I'm going to go for a phenomenal farm down here with the Shadow Ampharos. Ampharos with energy is incredibly deadly, so I'm going to shield once, farm all the way down, and leave with a Zap Cannon for whatever my opponent has in the back. And they have Shadow Nidoqueen, and this is not good. I bank the energy, bring in Regirock, but Regirock is going to be met with Jellicent, and that is not good at all. I fire off the Stone Edge, and they're just going straight for the Bubble Beam here, just looking to try and debuff my attack more and more and more. I farm up, go for the Stone Edge, but unfortunately my timing is off and I give them an entire free Hex, which is a pretty big mistake. This is enough for a Shadow Ball. Tough decision to make, but I will commit the shield. I do correctly shield the Shadow Ball, which is huge, and I'm going to fire off the Stone Edge before they're able to reach their next move. Opponent decides to let it go, saving the shield for Nidoqueen. Things not looking good here. I'm going to farm up, switch into the Ampharos, and fire off the Zap Cannon. Hopefully this was a CMP sacrificial swap, and it was. Let's go. They are locked in, forced to Earth Power, and they're unable to overfarm. Back in comes Regirock, going for the Earthquake. Earthquake gets the Nidoqueen low. It's gonna be a race. Regirock able to outpace, and thanks to that incredible catch, we are going to be taking down the Nidoqueen, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, leading GENESECT into GIRATINA. Typically, this is a miserable lead, but this is where having Chill Drive on GENESECT is incredibly nice, because now I have the ability to hit this GIRATINA for massive super effective damage. They go for the Dragon Claw bait, I no shield, and I'm going to be firing off the Technoblast. Technoblast does get the shield, so the opponent is prepared for the Technoblast, which is quite unfortunate. I'm going to shield up, and I think my only way of winning the 2-shield here is going to be to go for a bait. So I am going to bait with the X-Scissor, desperately needing the shield, and they shield. That's huge. GENESECT farming up, and they're going to fire off another move. I am going to commit my final shield here. GENESECT able to reach the Technoblast. Technoblast is going to be nuking the Giratina, and just like that, we're able to win Switch Advantage. They have Deoxys in the back, and Deoxys is able to farm down. I'm going to bring in my Zap Cannon Shadow Ampharos, because when shields are down, this Deoxys has nothing to protect itself from the Zap Cannon. So I'm going to farm up, go for the Zap Cannon, and it's a CMP tie to the Psycho Boost. Zap Cannon is doing massive damage, nearly one-shotting the Deoxys, but it's able to hold on very low HP. I bring in the Regirock. In the back, it's a Shadow Swampert. And this game, unfortunately, is over. And at this moment, I realized I am running a team that is triple weak to Swampert. So if I see more Swamperts, this is not going to go well for me. They go for the Earthquake, and they're going to be able to reach the Hydro Cannon versus the Ampharos. Unfortunately, backline Swampert is going to be a good game. Nightmare lead in the next match, GENESECT into Talonflame. I immediately save switch into my Shadow Ampharos, and my opponent responds with Cresselia. This is a fairly neutral matchup, meaning if I'm able to land the Zap Cannon, I can flip this. Ampharos, Zap Cannon, able to connect, and that means that I can take Switch Advantage here. I tank any one move, so I let it go, just the Grass Knot, and now I'm going to start shielding whatever they decide to throw. They're probably going for another Grass Knot here, so I shield up, and I'm going to immediately fire off that Thunder Punch. This will KO if they decide to let it through, and I'm able to win switch advantage. That is incredible, because now I get to align that Talonflame onto my Regirock in the endgame. I'm only able to reach a Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch does an okay amount of damage. They aggressive switch the Talonflame, and in comes Regirock to absolutely crush it. It does not matter what Talonflame does in this matchup. Talonflame just gets absolutely destroyed. I'm just going to fire off Stone Edge after Stone Edge. They are shielding in this matchup, recognizing how weak they are in the back to Regirock, but Regirock is more than up to the task. I'm able to grab both shields here. They have a ton of energy on Talonflame, but Regirock still doesn't have to shield. They go for the Brave Bird. I tank it, and I reach my third Stone Edge. This is going to be taking care of the Talonflame, and from here, GENESECT can easily take out the Alolan Ninetales, and at this point, my opponent has given up. I'm just going straight for the Ice-type Technoblast. Who cares if it's resisted? And that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, sending GENESECT into another Talonflame. The bad leads continue. Like last time, I will immediately save switch into my Shadow Ampharos, and my opponent responds with Trevenant. It is very nice to bait out Trevenant because Regirock doesn't have a great matchup here, but this is a pretty miserable matchup for Ampharos. Shadow Ball is going to be enough to KO. I'm going to wait my entire clock and then bring in GENESECT. They weren't able to overfarm, which means I will be able to outpace them here and reach the Technoblast. Technoblast is easily going to be taken down, that Trevenant, but the downside is that my switch clock is not up yet. Back in comes Talonflame. GENESECT able to reach the last second Technoblast. I really need to grab a shield here, and I do grab a shield. And now it's all up to Regirock with the shield advantage. Can Regirock clutch this? Talonflame goes for the Flame Charge. That is totally fine. I'm going to be firing off the Stone Edge. This will KO if they decide to let it through. They shield, and now I have hope. Looks like they might be weak in the back to Regirock. I'm going to shield in case it's like a Charm Alolan Ninetales, but it's not, it's Greedent. And this is a situation where I desperately need Focus Blast, but of course I am running Earthquake. They go for the Crunch. Thankfully, they do not get the debuff. That is quite nice. I am going to need 3 Stone Edges to KO here, and these Bullet Seeds are going to start to add up. They're going to be able to reach 2 more Crunches, so again, I have to no-shield this, and I am incredibly low on health now. Things not looking good whatsoever, but I know they have the Talonflame in the back, so if I can just get rid of this Greedent with a little bit of HP, maybe I can reach a Stone Edge. So I shield up, I go for the Stone Edge, and this is going to be incredibly close. I overfarmed slightly. Hopefully, I can reach the Stone Edge. Back in comes Talonflame. Regirock dies with the Stone Edge, and we lose a heartbreaking game. Hopping into the next match, leading GENESECT into Defense Deoxys. This is a fairly neutral lead. Opponent is going to save switch into Shadow Drapion, and I don't have a great response, so I'm just staying in and going straight for the Technoblast. Technoblast, massive damage onto the Drapion, and I bring in Shadow Ampharos to commit to the farm down. I tank any one move here, they land the Crunch, and they get the defense drop, so just to be safe, I am going to shield the second move. It is the Aqua Tail, and I'm able to farm down. If they bring back in the Defense Deoxys, Ampharos will have a nasty surprise for it with the Zap Cannon. Back in comes the Deoxys. We're going straight for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon, massive damage onto the Deoxys. Ampharos falls just short of reaching the Thunder Punch. This Deoxys does have quite a bit of energy. I'm going to bring in the GENESECT to tank the damage since they're debuffed. And in the back, they have Wall Rain. I do need to get some chip damage here so that a Stone Edge will be enough to KO. So I'm going to farm up a ton of energy, go for the X-Scissor, and I actually get a shield. Honestly, that is fantastic as well. And now I'm going to fire off the second X-Scissor here because they should comfortably put it into Stone Edge range. I'm expecting they're going to go for the Icicle Spear and try and farm down. So I tank the Spear and then I bring in Regirock. Regirock is incredibly spammy here, but Walrein has a lot of energy. I shield up, and I do shield the Earthquake. That is absolutely massive. I fire off the Stone Edge in the middle of a Powder Snow, so they're not able to switch. I'm able to grab a shield, and then unfortunately the game lags, and they're able to reach a move. Now I have no idea where they're at in terms of energy. Earthquake does massive damage. Deoxys has a move. Oh my goodness. Deoxys goes for the Psycho Boost. Regirock able to lock on down, and on 1 HP, we are able to connect with the Stone Edge, taking down the Wall Rain, and that is a good game. Hopping into the final match, picking up a terrible lead, GENESECT into Jellicent. I'm going to save switch into Regirock. Jellicent stays in, and they're going to fire off a Bubble Beam. So they're clearly wanting to lower my attack before they bring in whatever their next mon is. I'm going to fire off a Stone Edge. Even debuffed, this does a solid amount of chip damage. They're actually still staying in, and they're going for the double Bubble Beam debuff, so they clearly don't have a great answer to Regirock in the back, and they bring in a Alolan Muck. Here, I'll be honest, I just go for the wrong move. I definitely should have gone for the Earthquake. I was hoping that even debuffed, a Stone Edge plus an Earthquake would be enough to KO, but as you see, it definitely is not. They go for the Dark Pulse, I fire off the Earthquake, and since I'm double debuffed, Earthquake plus Stone Edge is not enough to KO. Alolan Muck goes for the farm down, they get greedy, and I'm able to reach a last second Stone Edge. So despite the fact that I kind of misplayed it, I still am able to get a shield advantage, which is quite nice. I'm going to bring in GENESECT, and then basically just try and commit to the farm down here, and hope they can't reach a second Dark Pulse. First one, able to land, and they reach a second move. Moment of truth. Did they reach the Dark Pulse? They did not. It's only an Acid Spray. I leave with a ton of energy. When they bring the Jellicent, I immediately bring in the Shadow Ampharos, and I'm able to do quite a lot of Volt Switch damage here. They're again going straight for the Bubble Beam. In the back, they have Sylveon. At this point, I see one win con, and that's going straight for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon gets the shield, and it's looking like this is going to be a 2-shield loss. I'm not able to reach another Zap Cannon, so I fire off the Thunder Punch. But then, I remember I have a lot of energy on GENESECT. So I should be able to win CMP here and fire off the Technoblast. Technoblast will easily KO, and the question is, can I reach another Technoblast? Back in comes Jellicent. I am able to get there. Moment of truth. This is resisted. Is this enough damage to KO? Yes, it is. And that is a good game. And now some final thoughts on Chill Drive GENESECT. First off, I don't believe that it's a new top meta contender. It does have some nice anti-meta play, so I don't think it's a bad Pokemon per se, but I don't think it rises to the level of being like a must-have Pokemon for the Ultra League. However, thanks to that unique typing on Technoblast of Ice, it does give it some pretty niche play, especially going up against something like a Nidoqueen or a Giratina, so I do think it has some solid play as a spice pick, but for the time being, I wouldn't say it's meta. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.